Hello and welcome to Valley View News. I'm Xochitl Hernandez. Due to the coronavirus outbreak, CSUN, like many other schools, moved to virtual classes. For now, and until the end of the semester, Valley View News will be showing some of what we think are the most interesting stories our alumni have done in the past few years. The stories will take you on the high seas, to the border, and around the San Fernando Valley. For Women's History Month, we start off with a story by graduate Gianni Navarro on women and art.
In honor of Women's History Month, Art Fanfa presented its second annual Women's Her Story art exhibition.
I actually got really interested in working with other artists.
Haley Fanfa created the exhibition. She wanted a place that supports and empowers female artists,
where every single artist gets equal opportunity and equal exposure.
It featured different mediums and live performances by dozens of female artists. What started off as a small event soon saw hundreds of people interacting with artists. Artists got a chance to show their art and meet other LA artists.
I've already met a couple people here like years ago, and it kind of just becomes like this group on social media, and you just like talk about art and hear about art shows, and you just kind of get hooked into this circle of like LA artists.
The exhibit wanted non-artists to create their own art. People could also buy any piece that grabbed their fancy.
Oh yes, honey, I love it.
Some people thought it was nice to see artists with new perspectives. They got to see new art before it becomes mainstream. Others say they enjoy the show because of its contagious energy.
Creativity, like, beyond.
The energy is insane.
They've made Her Story through their own artistic achievements.
Her Story art exhibition is the place to be if you want to see or showcase all forms of unique art. Reporting from Los Angeles, Gianni Navarro, Valley View News.
I think I got a little baby on here too.
Sports fishing is a thriving business with a $4.6 billion impact on California and employs over 33,000 people. But is it good for the environment?
Absolutely, because there's a limit on fish that you catch.
But a study in Scientific Report shows that 46% of trash accumulated by the Great Pacific Garbage Patch comes from fishing gear. Channel Island sport fishing captain Don Rowell says independent anglers aren't to blame.
There's a lot of conservation efforts that are paid for by fishing licenses, by sale of tackle, by our association.
About 40 miles away, as the pelican flies, is environmental researcher Sean Anderson. He says positive ecological change will occur once people become active in collecting data. He says the more people go fishing, the more people will learn about the environment.
I really hope people get out and about and do stuff. Part of that means go fishing.
One of those people trying deep sea fishing for the first time was 30-year-old Marvin Oriana. Oriana on his first try reeled in a 5-pound, 10-ounce lingcod, the biggest fish on the boat, an experience he wanted to share with his father.
I think he will be absolutely stoked to see the fish I was able to catch on my first time out.
Whether it's catching fish or collecting data, the ocean is a much safer place for all inhabitants when sportsmen and scientists are working together. From off the coast of Oxnard, California, I'm Ethan Hansen, Valley View News. Birmingham forward Noel Ortega has never taken the easy road to success. A path forged through endless hours of dedication on the field and in the classroom. This season, Ortega scored 25 goals and racked up 14 assists for Birmingham while maintaining a 3.5 grade point average. It was good enough to earn him a scholarship to Cornell University.
Said with all the emotions that have been going on like these past couple months, it just taught me to appreciate everything I have. Just make the best out of everything that I have right now and as I move forward in life.
Birmingham coach Evie Madhoff first saw Ortega as a freshman.
The focus that he has, determination, and he's such a humble kid on top of all that. He just does his job wherever he's at, and that just speaks volumes about his character.
Ortega began playing soccer in elementary school when he met Julia Vigueras. This season, Vigueras was named co-captain with Ortega.
I never thought we'd make this far. Now we're seniors, have for classes, and now we're both captains on this team, and we're helping each other out.
The work by Ortega and his team culminated in Birmingham winning the CIF LA City section title. It was done while keeping his grades up and maintaining a part-time job at In-N-Out to support his family.
Since preschool, he has been very disciplined, dedicated, and studious.
No matter what life throws at him, Ortega always keeps his balance through school, work, and on the soccer pitch. From Birmingham High School in Van Nuys, I'm Ethan Hansen. Coach Sean Kalani has a soft voice,
Box him out and get the rebound.
but her intensity is clear.
I want to be around the game.
She is also the sister of former NBA player Jordan Farmar. Kalani was a point guard at Taft High School, and then she played Division III basketball at Transylvania University. After working as an assistant for the Los Angeles Lakers, she returned to her alma mater as an assistant to put what she learned in the NBA to the test.
She's been a great coach for us this year, coming back, really just helping out, teaching new techniques, showing us all things that are really useful for us in games.
She got a warm reception when she returned to Taft, but that didn't mean some players didn't challenge their new coach. Senior Brandon Wilson said Kalani held her own and beat her young critics in three-point contests.
A couple guys thought she was just here. She never really had no experience, and she had to shoot him out of the gym really quick. She shot him out of the gym real quick. How quick? Really quick. It was over before we began.
Start in front of somebody. When they see that somebody knows what they're talking about, they listen. And so it's been a great experience, and I can't really can't complain about anything.
Sean Kalani has shown that gender does not matter, just leadership and knowledge. From John Furlong Gymnasium in Woodland Hills, I'm Ethan Hansen, Valley View News.
6 weeks of rain has taken a lot of trash from LA's streets into the gutters. Clearly marked no dumping, yet a lot of trash still ends up here at Santa Monica Beach.
We get an inch of rain in LA, that's about 10 billion gallons of water that rushes from the upper watershed into our storm drains and creeks and straight out to the ocean.
The Surfrider Foundation brings volunteers together several times a month to clean up the mess. Nearby at Heal the Bay Aquarium, Director Jenna Siegel says ocean wildlife, including fish and birds, eat the trash that ends up here.
There are estimates that about 100,000 marine mammals and about 1 million seabirds are killed every single year.
Back at the beach, volunteers dump the trash they've collected into one large pile. They sort items they'll reuse, recycle, or throw away. But volunteers and staff leaders say the solution isn't how much they clean up, but how you consume products.
And see how they can maybe cut out some of the things that they're using from things that they might be seeing in their communities and on our beaches.
While there are many beach cleanups going on to protect our ocean wildlife and our beaches, volunteers say that banning the use of single-use products is the way to go. Reporting in Santa Monica for Valley View News, I'm Angela Rose. Migrants of the caravan have traveled thousands of miles to claim asylum in the U.S., but have been placed in 2 shelters in Tijuana. At first, there was only one shelter, but rain and sickness led migrants to move to a second shelter, 11 miles away from the border. McLar Hero says migrants at the second shelter rely on activities and work to help distract themselves from their situation.
They'll play card games, they'll start playing soccer, they'll walk around picking up trash, and they'll try to help authorities grab supplies they need.
Here at the first shelter, which is right next to the border, there are less activities for people to do in order to help cope with their situation. But they do feel like they are one step closer to claiming asylum and having a brighter future. Bessie Yolandi is a mother who traveled from Honduras with her son.
What am I going to do? How am I going to go back? We are too far now.
Whether it be poor living conditions, sickness, or hunger, migrants say nothing will make them give up hope. Migrants will wait for months, even possibly a year, to cross this border, which is the one thing that stands between their asylum application and their dreams. I'm Angela Rose at the U.S.-Mexico border for Valley View News.
Horse racing in the United States dates back to the 17th century. The Del Mar Fairgrounds hosts a sport that, on the surface, seems simple. Fastest horse wins. But the truth goes deeper than that.
You got to figure out what strategy to go into every race, really. Where the horses are going to be during the race and where I want to be and where I think I need to move.
Jockeys prepare physically by maintaining a preferred weight. Strategically, their preparation for each race changes often.
Every horse is different, and you got to ride them that way. You know, there's speed horses, there's horses come from out of it. You know, the distances change every day, every race.
Picking the right horse is a gamble. They have a short window to meet expectations. The consequences can range from relegation to forced retirement.
The better ones, you look for the better races, and the ones that aren't so good, you look for what we call claiming races. And that means somebody else can buy that horse in a race.
Horse racing carries a lot of uncertainty. The horse's performance can vary drastically. That's why their owners and trainers put their stock on the riders.
The riders here in Southern California are the best in the world. So they can get on. Sometimes the best thing is for them not to know and just get on and ride.
Although it may seem like speed and endurance is enough to win, strategy and consistency is the key to getting to the winner's circle. From Del Mar, I'm Brandon Benitez, Valley View News. Amateur Athletic Union basketball players are more athletic and talented than ever before. Their natural skill set showcases a desirable in-game product. With the abundance of talent, professional coaches are facing a new reoccurring challenge.
I think a lot of these kids are falling by the wayside because of the fact that they are so athletic. They're just getting away with just pure talent instead of the fundamentals of the game of basketball.
The lack of fundamental training in AAU basketball gives professional coaches an unnecessary burden, but they're not the only ones at fault. Some coaches feel like they walk on eggshells while teaching the game they know best.
There's no rules. So if an AAU guy doesn't like what you say to him, or if you try to coach him too much, he'll just say, hey, I'm going to another team.
Correcting this issue may be tough for these young athletes. AAU coaches are hoping parents can embrace traditional basketball development methods.
Say, this is what the coach is saying or doing, then the parents should say, well, that's what you have to do.
Despite its weaknesses, AAU teams remain as the top option for youth basketball players to grow individually and as a team.
I think AAU ball gives the guys a lot of visibility. Obviously the rules are set up so that, college coaches can come watch these games. So I think that's very necessary.
If coaches, players, and the parents can ever get on the same page, maybe one day we'll see some change. From Northridge, I'm Brandon Benitez, Valley View News.
2015 state records ruled Devonshire Reseda the most dangerous intersection in the state of California. Commanding officer of LAPD's Valley Traffic Division, Andrew Neiman, says serious injuries have been reported due to accidents near this intersection.
Somebody went to the hospital for lacerations, stitches, broken bones.
John Apikian manages this car wash near the intersection.
People coming down the hill, coming so fast, trying to beat the light. When people are trying to turn on orange, they smack into each other.
Recently, driver Bassam Shakto was a victim of a crash near the intersection and says everything happened so quickly.
Then as soon as I crossed the light, traffic halted around where the Honey Bake building is, and I had to slam my brakes because someone else slammed the brakes in front of me, but the guy behind me was going down this hill way too fast.
On a different day at the same intersection,
I had a guy on a motorcycle that flew and landed almost in my car wash.
While the intersection might be one of the most dangerous in the state of California, law enforcement says drivers need to do their part and limit distractions like using a cell phone while driving.
They're distracted because of either loud music, their cell phones, and so those are behaviors that really we need to fix.
The cell phone law in California went into effect in January of 2017, prohibiting drivers from holding any electronic device while driving. Police say remember to buckle up and put down that cell phone. I'm Cameron Parrish in Northridge for Valley View News. The sound of clippers is not the only thing you'll hear when going to the barber. Perhaps you might also hear the sound of people saying cheers. Since the first of the year, a new bill was approved by Governor Jerry Brown allowing barbershops to serve beer without an alcohol license. Customers Lorenzo Patricio and Brian Michelson say they enjoy this new perk at the Barber.
You come in here, you get pampered. A beer is a nice touch, because what guy doesn't want a beer while they get a haircut?
I come here and kind of just relax in the chair, drink a beer, get my hair cut. It is nice, you know.
Daniel Tanner, the manager of Bolt Barbers in downtown Los Angeles, says he thinks serving alcohol is not a bad idea either.
I think it's great. The way we look at the barber shop here at Bolt is it's more of a man cave. It's more like having a room in your house where you and your friends can hang out, have a drink.
Nowadays, going to the barber shop is a social experience. However, there are some concerns. Barber Brandon Rivas shares his opinion.
A limit should be into the maybe like 2 drinks if you want, but it might affect the person. You don't know if they can drive off, cause an accident or something.
According to the law, barbershops can only serve 12 ounces of beer or 6 ounces of wine by the glass per client. The beer and wine may only be served during business hours and no later than 10 at night. The goal is to keep people safe when leaving the barber, making sure no one has had too much to drink before they hit the road again. I'm Cameron Parrish in downtown Los Angeles for Valley View News.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, "Read your lease. No pets allowed." My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
At 3 in the morning, Guadalupe Ramirez starts his engine, shuts his door, and drives to work. For over 40 years, he has worked as an agricultural merchant in a marketplace in Leon, Mexico, where he grows and sells fresh produce. Although he has a successful business, the gas price hike is a huge concern in his field.
What's worrying us is that there's a huge possibility that all of our expenses will increase. We have to implement the cost of gasoline into our product that we take to the city to sell, and that's where it impacts everyone.
This is just the beginning of the gas price hike here in Mexico, and it is expected to get worse. Just like Ramirez, his clients are also being affected since they are earning less profit on the merchandise they are buying.
People are complaining that everything is a lot more expensive. If you buy something, the prices increase because of the gas problem.
Many merchants are under pressure as the prices of their merchandise will continue to rise with the next gas adjustment. This is causing lots of concerns amongst their employees.
One of my fears is that my fellow co-workers and myself will lose our jobs. If that happens, how will I be able to provide for my family and kids?
Agricultural vendors hope the situation gets better, since they are one of the many groups of people strongly affected by the gas cost hike. In León, Guanajuato, Mexico, Abril Preciado, Valley View News. Boxing his way off the streets, 17-year-old Gio Gonzalez making a champion out of himself in the Van Nuys Jeopardy program. He was placed in the program after his mother saw him hanging out with the wrong crowd.
I guess a little troublemaker, just getting into fights and being out in the street.
Gonzalez started Jeopardy at age 11 and started boxing the right way. He's trained with 3-time world welterweight champion Carlos Palomino, who's also a volunteer in this program.
Some of these kids already have been in trouble, already gotten in trouble. And so, I try to mentor kids about school, about, education, about doing the right thing.
Although Palomino's goal is not to create world champions,
He sees a potential in Gandara. He's recently won the Diamond's Bell Championship and Junior World Olympics.
He's progressed constantly. You know, we're in this gym, we're sparring with professionals, so that's how he's going to learn. That's how he's going to get better. So I see big things for him.
Gandara aspires to become the lightweight champion of the world one day. He also hopes to become an inspiration to others.
I impacted another kid's life. Then from there, he could impact another kid's, and it could be ongoing.
The Jeopardy program is also offered in other locations within Los Angeles County in hopes to help empower and change the lives of at-risk children. In Van Nuys, Abril Preciado, Valley View News.
At 6 in the morning, Maria Santillán walks through her neighborhood with a cart full of warm tamales as people stop by to buy her fresh product. For years, she's dedicated her life selling tamales to help support her family. She says that although her work is not easy, she does it to give her 2 sons a better life. I was afraid to go out since people would say ICE was around. That's why I didn't work in a factory, because they asked for legal documents. But I thought, how was I going to leave my son without school or anything? So I lost that fear. With Santillán's hard work and strength, her son Victor Riveles is now a student attending college in Missouri. He is one of the many students that has benefited from DACA. He said in a Skype interview that his mother is his driving force to persevere.
You know, she's my hero. She is my hero. And by the fact, obviously, you know, she raised us as a single mother. And all the sacrifices she's made, that's inspiring to me.
Santillán says she will continue to work hard and hopes to have enough strength to watch her kids succeed. In Los Angeles, Abril Preciado, Valley View News.
Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is a martial art focused on grappling and submissions. The objective is to submit and make your opponent quit through a number of chokeholds and arm and leg locks. Club Vice President Robert Zaragoza says there's a lot more to learn than just submissions.
One of the main things we learn out here in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is respect. Respect to others. There's a lot of discipline. A lot of people come here to get in shape.
Participants spend at least 1 hour in each class free rolling. Free rolling is when jiu-jitsu players go all out trying to submit and defeat each other. Similar to school, every day in Brazilian jiu-jitsu is a challenge. Club member Aaron Estrada says you'll get out just as much as you put in.
If you step onto the mat, you put in the work, you eat right, you train day in, day out, then you're going to get your hand raised because you put in the work. You can't get cheated out of that. You know what I mean? Just like with school, if you study hard, if you do everything you're supposed to do, you read the text, you do the extra work, you're going to get the grade.
Jiu-jitsu is obviously a very physical sport. Club president Daniel Goking thinks jiu-jitsu is not only a fun hobby, but a way to make new friends.
I love the fact that doing all this, even though it's definitely very close contact, you get to know people.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not only great exercise, but teaches people self-defense.
You feel confident, you feel more at ease. You feel more like you could take the world on. Not necessarily like you're gonna look for a fight, but like you learn to fight so you don't have to fight.
Students train here at Redwood Hall, and what they learn on the mat, like discipline, patience, and respect, they can take into the classroom and beyond. In Northridge, Jordan Williams for Valley View News.
With a shovel and a wagon, Richard Walker removed the accumulated mud left in the courtyard of his house caused by the heavy rainstorm. His home was among one of the many affected areas in Duarte that the storm damaged. Walker says the city alerted him and was prepared for the worst.
We didn't know how powerful it would be. And about 3 or 4 feet of mud came down the street and came right up our driveway and deposited in our driveway, but did not get into our house or our garage. So we were okay.
Although most residents like Walker were prepared, the city suffered widespread damages that would take days to clean up. I am cleaning the flashes that happened last week, and we expected to finish 2 to 3 days. Smart slides cover a number of residential homes. In addition, Valley View Elementary School was closed for 4 days. Los Angeles Fire Department spokesman David Ortiz said some of the damages were severe.
The city was hit hard with flooding, mud flow, fallen trees, transformer fires. Among those 172 incidents, we also had 20,000 outages that the Department of Water and Power reported.
The fire department is maintaining the city under alert with procedure to take with the heavy rain. In Duarte, Josue Brand, Valley View News.
Traveling can get hectic and create anxiety, which is why Los Angeles International Airport, along with other airports around the world, have incorporated therapy dogs. The dogs and their owners walk around the terminals for 2 hours, bringing happiness and peace to passengers.
I am flying by myself, and actually, come to think of it, my mother uses her dog acts as a therapy dog for when she's flying. I know the difference that a well-trained, well-behaved, and full of love dog can make.
Hi, Maggie. I know it's Maggie and Jasmine are not just any dogs.
The dogs have to be registered therapy dogs. You are registered as a handler and a dog as a team. And it's pretty rigorous testing. They have to be able to be around chaos, people running, people dropping luggage next to them. We had a guy one day riding a skateboard through the terminal. Crying children, alarms going off of people opening doors that shouldn't be opened, and they have to be able to just stay calm.
These therapy dogs have not only brought happiness to passengers, but also to LAX employees. Flying can be stressful, but Maggie and Jasmine are here to ease your pain. In Los Angeles, Joanna Guzman, Valley View News.
A park has become more than just another space for the city of Maywood. Maywood, located in the southeast area of Los Angeles, is a dense community surrounded by factories, train tracks, and homes really close together with not enough room for kids to go out and play. Maywood's mayor says that this new park is a big step.
Being a poor park community, we need and we understand and we recognize that there is a need for more open space for our kids and for the youth in Maywood.
Maywood is one of the smallest cities in LA County, only 1.2 square miles, but it had only one other park. Edison International gave $50,000 to a nonprofit organization to build another one. The park has a playground, skateboarding area, and a mini soccer field. Park goers say that they enjoy the new open space that they now have next door.
I could come and do my homework here, because it's peaceful and it's really relaxing and it's just really fresh.
I like to come to a park because it's relaxing. I like hanging out with my friends and having fun.
Building recreation areas in underserved communities gives children alternatives by allowing them to stay active in a positive way for a better future. In Maywood, Maria Leal, Valley View News.
Thank you for joining us on our special retrospective program that replayed some of the best stories done by Valley View News reporters in the recent past. The coronavirus crisis has forced us, like many others, to make some very hard adjustments to our daily routines. Thank you for watching Valley View News, and remember that you are safer at home until this coronavirus pandemic subsides. I'm Xochitl Hernandez. See you next week.